experience visitation, or whether or not it's some sort of mental illness, or whether there's some kind of an experience that's available to people occasionally here that defies our understanding of what is measurable and what's reproducible, that
Absolutely.
there's something else out there.
I think that's a wonderful question, and I think this may give you a little bit of a snapshot of the culture of science and a mind of a scientist, because it's an odd little tightrope to walk. I'm very proud of it, actually. I think it's kind of beautiful. All of us, to a person at NASA, thinks that there must be life out there. The idea that there's only life on the Earth seems untenable. I mean, not only do you see the billions of stars in our own galaxy, but we see billions of galaxies. How could it just be us? How could it? We're all science fiction fans. We all love the idea of there being life out there. I always keep a bottle of champagne chilling. I have for decades now, in the hopes that someday we'll have a clear evidence of life outside the Earth. We'll have a signal that we...
What are you willing to pop the champagne for? Is it molecules? Is
I'd be
bacteria?
Well, definitely bacteria. I definitely pond scum, some little microbe on Mars. You got it. That champagne is coming out. And at the same time, there are the fantastic scientists of SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, who are scanning the skies looking for mathematical signals from civilizations. The question for me comes down to, again, what is a reproducible observation? And with the advent, the recent release of these videos from fighter jets and all of that, I think an interesting thing is that scientists at NASA, and the universities, we're not getting together over a beer and looking at these videos and really getting excited. It's not enough yet. We're seeing these things we can't explain, but we're trained as skeptical scientists to sort of stop there. Okay, we can't explain this. That next step, that this is an alien, we're not willing to go yet. We need more evidence than that. But as I said, that's a deliberate training of a scientist, is that skeptical stop. The people who have had experiences, and no, I'm not willing to dismiss them as being mentally ill necessarily. I honestly don't know what it is they experience. It is certainly within my realm of possibility that what they're describing actually happened. I cannot say that that's impossible. What I as a skeptical scientist, I'm stopped by, I would need more evidence than an individual experience. This happens in many aspects of life. It's not just the visitation of extraterrestrials. I have people that are extremely trustworthy, who would never lie, who have had profound spiritual experiences. They have experiences of an afterlife and of people living on after death, and of being able to communicate with people. And that is not part of my experience. But these people are completely, 100% trustworthy. I have to live in this universe where I don't get to say what's real and what's not. These trustworthy people have experienced something profound, and it may be real. It may be that they've seen people after they've died, or they've seen, visitors from other planets. That gives me joy. I sure hope we live in a larger reality that I'm aware of. As a scientist, I pull back and say, it's not my experience. It's not something I can measure yet. And so I live in this hope that someday we'll have more proof. I live in this hope that someday there'll be a signal we know is artificial. We see something we can't explain otherwise. We are visited clearly. I live in this sort of skeptical tightrope with hope that someday things will become more clear.
That's a great place to be. I love that.
I actually like it. To me, I think humility and compassion. I think the world could use a lot more of that.
For sure.
Yeah, reserve judgment. Think about how different a human experience is. We don't understand what consciousness is. We don't understand how the human brain works. Is it possible somebody had a different experience of time? Maybe it is. In science, what can we measure is powerful. We do things we should not be able to do, like catch waves of space and time, see light and space curve around a neutron star. And that's real. That's a measurement. Stick a pin in it, it's done. And leave humility and compassion for the experience of other humans.